Welcome to Brazil and the FIBA AmeriCup 2022. Recife plays host to game day 4, match number 2. We see Mexico taking on Venezuela. We've already seen what was a thriller in our first game of the day. Canada defeating Colombia to lock in the second seed in Group A. At least the second seed in Group A, with a game to play coming up later on in Group A. That's Brazil and Uruguay. But right now, Group C action, Mexico 2-0 so far. They had the historic win against the U.S. They beat Panama in their last outing. Now trying to complete the sweep of Group C with a win over Venezuela. Later on today, we will see Panama and the U.S. battle it out and potentially lock in their position, second spot behind Mexico. But that's what's all pending. That's why you play the games. And when you have Mexico, a team that has been playing with a lot of confidence, this is one of those games that could be considered a trap game in a tournament like this. Where you have Venezuela, you look in front of you, you say, hey, we beat the U.S., we beat Panama, we know we're going to be at the knockout stage. And then Venezuela all of a sudden brings energy that you weren't expecting as Mexico runs out of the tunnel.
That's when you're dangerous, right? When things get dangerous and teams can catch you by surprise. If you're Mexico, yeah, you've been a front runner so far, we're playing well. You have to keep up at that level. And more importantly, forget your opponent for yourself, right? And you want to maintain that level of play and not get caught by surprise and not have anything, set you off kilter. And you see that man checking in right now, running in, and Amigo coming out the tunnel. He's been a big part of their success, or the centerpiece to it all. Just his play has really inspired his team, and I thought he's been, unique and unorthodox, but so effective and down low. Not much you can really do with it.
An interesting matchup between him and Wendy Graterol for Venezuela, who has a lot on his shoulders on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. Graterol is really the engine for this team. When he's off, Venezuela has a tough time. When he's on, though, it just opens up so much more for his teammates. Venezuela and Mexico are introduced to the crowd. Give us a second now to pause and listen to the national anthems from these two nations.
Remains.
three officials that will blow the whistle. This game in check. Locatelli, Reyes, and Melez. So Mexico and Venezuela, moments away from tip here in Brazil. Mexico looking to complete the sweep of the group. Came up with the big win over Team USA. Continued rolling. Their second game with a win over Panama. Now looking to topple Venezuela. You see the starting five for the Venezuelans. Arzola, Canio, Ratero, Cifuentes, and Mataran. Playing for head coach Fernando Hector Duro. The Argentinian leading this Venezuelan squad. On the other end, chance to look at Mexico that has looked like one of the sleeper teams here in this tournament. As you mentioned, Javon, they are led by good guard play and awkward but effective play from their big. We'll see their starting five here momentarily. There's the big that you talked about, Daniel Amigo, who's having himself a tournament. Yair Bonilla, Fabian Jaimes, Alstol, Gabriel Ion, and Daniel Amigo. A 0 in on Amigo, who will be going one-on-one much of the matchup with Ratero. What makes Amigo so interesting, in your opinion, as we take a look at head coach Quintaro?
It's funny because you say awkward, and you're right. But he does such a good job of getting it in the post and uses angles well. And his finishes are what look awkward, but they're also very difficult to cover because he extends on his hook shots and his finishes at the basket. He extends and outstretches his arms, and you can see he has a long wingspan, and defenders can't get there, right? So there's not much he can do to contest his shots, and then he has the touch to finish. So I think that's the biggest thing with him is if you let him get a touch, he's going to get a shot off, and you can't control that. So that's the big thing with him, and he's averaged 11 points and 7 rebounds, 25 minutes of action. You know, you have to do your work early with him, and he doesn't have the biggest frame, but he has that wiry strength as well where he gets to spots and, you know, on cuts, he's going to bump you and displace you on his way to his positioning. So that makes him special. And obviously Paul Stoll does a good job of just looking for him. And they have a number of shooters like you mentioned earlier around him, so it makes it tough to cover.
So Mexico breaking the huddle there. They will be wearing the white uniforms. Venezuela will be wearing the road blue. Omar Quintaro has his team moving like a well-oiled machine. I gave you an opinion before the game, and you were kind of shocked how high I am on this Mexico team. They've looked good in the first 2 outings. I do believe that they are in line if they continue on this path to at least medal here at the AmeriCup. We'll see with the challenge standing in front of them, Venezuela, how they take that on now that 2 games are played and teams have tape on what they do.
I think where our difference of opinion there is I want to see them tested, right? Like you mentioned, it's a really good team. The USA team is probably not one of the stronger ones, and they play Panama. And I think my question is how are they going to respond when they play one of the top dogs in the tournament? And, you know, some bigs to contest with Amigo, some guard play that can get up and down with Stahl, and a number of those teams have, you know, 2, 3, 4 guards, right? And how's he going to respond at 36 years of age? And that I think that's the biggest question. But it's not a question of is this a good team? You know, well-balanced team, like you pointed out.
Off we go here in Brazil, the AmeriCup. We see Mexico taking on Venezuela. Mexico in the home white, Brazil in, or rather Venezuela in the road blue, and Wendy Ratero with the first 2 of the game. He's going to have a big night.
They'll need a huge game from him, right? And that's the right start there. It's aggressive and forcing Amigo to play defense. Get him to exert some energy there, too.
Miron ties the game up at 2. We are having an issue with the score bug, so we'll keep you up to date with the score and shot clock manually until we figure it out as Graterol shoots an air ball from 3-point range. There it is, sorted out. Thumbs up to those working hard in the truck to make things happen, bring you everything you need as a basketball fan around the globe, wherever you're watching. Thanks for joining us. This is Jaimes. Gets his man in the air, and then the drop step, kiss off the glass.
It's so patient, right? The shot fake there and just watching the defense go by and then stepping through to finish.
4-2 the score. 3 on the way, knocked down by Nataran. He's hitting that. That should be helpful for Venezuela, who has struggled to score at times here in the AmeriCup. Miron. Amigo spins baseline at the chair pulled from him, and that's good defense by Wendy Graterol. Carzola. Graterol with plenty of space to work with, and then threw it away. Boneheaded pass that time by him going behind the back and just found the white jersey instead. Amigo, good dish. Bonilla can't hit. And Miron with the offensive rebound and was fouled. I believe that's Cifontes. Yes, it is. Who will pick up the foul, his first of the game and first for his team. Miron plays the 2-guard spot essentially really on the floor if you're wanting to assign numbers to it, but he plays a lot bigger than his size.
He does. He does. It's funny, Amigo there just showing you. It's an elbow, almost like an elbow floater.
Soft touch on it as well.
But you mentioned the 2-guard spot. It's funny, you're watching a lot of these teams play a lot of 4 out, 1 in, and it's almost, what is a position anymore, right? It's, you have bigs that are pushing the ball up before making decisions, and it just speaks to the evolution of the game and the skill.
Canio drills a triple and gives Venezuela a 2-point lead. We talk about just the evolution of the game. Often we think about what's happening in the NBA positionless basketball, but, well, at least on this side of the world, but that's also filtered down to numerous leagues here in North and South America and the Caribbean, as Mataran with the layup there. You see Venezuela, who have a big, and Wendy Graterol, who may be considered a traditional big, but he can step out and knock down the 3. And you mentioned Amigo as well. 4 in, 1 out style for Mexico. He's really the only true traditional big on the floor, but he can face up and do a little bit away from the basket.
I think a big part of that is players have gotten bigger, they've gotten stronger, and teams have just started to switch everything, right? Because you have bigger and stronger players so now you're on the offensive side, you have to be able to do a little more. You can't just be one-dimensional.
That is a great trap by Venezuela, but Arzola's going to get called for the foul. Graterol puts the ball down and walks away in disgust. And Arzola's still down on the floor.
Graterol, you know, over the neck goes the hole, and he's looking at the refs and saying, "How is this a foul?" But you probably missed that. That wasn't the ball you had a hook on. That was Stoll's head, actually.
A little headlock. Never hurt anybody. In fairness to Graterol, he's also a good bit taller than Stoll, so I think that just naturally happened that Stoll's head ended up in his armpit. Foul nonetheless. It's the 13th foul for Venezuela in this quarter. So while they're playing well offensively, they're going to have to be careful to not allow Mexico to get into rhythm by putting them in a penalty early. Amigo and his patented left-handed jump hook couldn't get it to go, and Graterol could not save it. So Mexico will get a reset. on the offensive end. Stoll for three, drills it.
He knew that was his number call there. You could just see this, the quick screener action and slipping, just got out to the corner. Had his feet and his hands set right away as soon as he caught it.
It'll be Cifuentes to answer. Too strong. Giron with the rebound. Stoll was looking to post up on Carzola, and guess what? The fourth team foul now for Venezuela. That's Stoll just identifying like, hey, we know that the referee's whistle has been favorable for us, so let's take advantage of it as we see the Stoll three. And the foul by Carzola sends him to the bench, probably earlier than expected. This is Stoll. Betancourt now in the game for Venezuela. Jaime, beautiful. Stoll strips the bacon, attacks the rim. Can't get it to go. Betancourt now. Numbers for Venezuela. Veteran stops, pops, and drops. He has 2 3-pointers, a layup to give him 8 points. Good start for him. Bonilla. Vigo. This time tries the right arm. Now he's asking for the foul after the miss. He needs to hustle back on defense as Cifuentes was sprinting back the other way. Fast break points, 5-0 in favor of Venezuela. Graterol gets the mismatch with Bonilla on him. Looks to go to work. Good patience by Graterol.
He's had 2 plays early where he just caught it in the post, and you could just see dips his shoulder into the teeth of the defense, into the chest of the defense rather.
Veteran with the foul underneath as Amigo was looking to attack the rack.
Those guys are hard to play against, right? You get in the post, and every time he catches it, you know he's going to be bumping you. He's attacking your chest. That's the toughest part. Nice pull-up 3 here, rhythm 3, just confident, solid base, and gets up. You can see the arc and the rotation on that ball. Gives it a chance.
Amigo knocks down the first free throw. Shooting 55% in the tournament coming into this game, averaging 11 points, 7 rebounds, playing an average about 27 minutes, rather 25 minutes per game. A slingshot release that has become a fan favorite here in Brazil. Misses on a second attempt. Keeps it a 5-point game. Venezuela now in the penalties the rest of the way here in the first quarter. Cifuentes, floater. Can't get it to go. And Giron with the rebound. Bonilla walks into a triple. Indeed.
Great recognition that there's no numbers there by Giron, and cross-court pass, and Bonilla shot ready, tees it up. Nice rotation.
Ties the game at 15. And then Bonilla comes away with the steal. Stoll, no look. Giron attacking. Again, Stoll with the no look feed inside to Jaimes. Mexico's offense fluid.
Not only a touch pass, but looked away while he's touching it. Nice little flair to it. Kick. You see, no look touch. Right under the basket, easy play.
Paul Stoll has his offense looking like a well-oiled machine. We have a timeout on the floor, 17-15 your score, 3:55 to play in the first quarter.
Y lo hundes, estamos en bonos. Cada foul, pase la pelota. ¿Cuánta pérdida va a tener? 0, la próxima 0. 0. Mira, poné bola al pico. Si se mete el tuyo, ábrete.
Jose Mataran with 8 points in this one, 2 threes and a layup. Here's his work. We asked at the top of the game who would be the secondary scorer for Venezuela to help out. Graterol. And Mataran so far answering that question. Betancourt dribble in the front court after the timeout. So on the floor was Acaño, Martinez, Mataran, and Graterol. Bonilla flying in for 2.
Love the way he plays, right? Always anticipation in the passing lanes, and you know, if there's any game, he probably leads the tournament, excuse me, in deflections and gets his hand on everything.
Migo did a good job staying down on the initial pump fake, but Iran holding on to Graterol was trying to roll to the basket, picks up the first team foul for Mexico here in the game. Urbina on the floor for Venezuela, and Martinez joins him. So Venezuela going a little bit deeper into their bench here in their 3rd game. Three on the way, no good. Good test there by Jaimes. And Stoll will take his time up the court. It's Jaimes on the defense of Acaño. Iran looking to create some space now. He'll do that by using the screen. Steps back for 3. That's tough.
Nice. You can see the faces on the bench. That's it's sick, it's nasty. Step back here, got the defense off of him, and just got up into a shot. He knows it.
Chance of defense now coming in from the Mexican bench as Urbina surveys the situation. Acaño attacking hard. Created some space out of nothing to lay it in. Martinez reaching over the back of Iran and knocks it out of bounds. See Martinez's name plate on the back of his jersey wanting to come off. Might need to get it patched up. Do you know how to sew? Get your sew kit out.
And I'm not gonna learn.
Amigo. It's going in disrespectfully. The foul is called, so he'll have to earn them at the line.
Even when he goes up to dunk, look at it here. He catches it, gathers his feet, but that's still that extension away from the defense. And what makes it so tricky, what makes it so difficult with him is he's doing that right hand or left hand and just as efficient, right? So if you're the defense, you know, which side are you really playing him for?
Graterol picking up his 2nd foul. That will see him exit the game. And Bolivar will check into the game for him as Amigo knocks down the first. I don't even know how you would describe his form. Have you ever played with a teammate that had an awkward form like this one, and what'd you say to him in the locker room?
You don't say anything, right? You don't say anything because some of them just look like a slingshot, and you kind of just got to encourage them from time to time. Like, you get the next one, you got the next one, knock it down.
This is Bolivar.
Especially at that age, you start messing with somebody's form, it's too late.
Good pass there by Bolivar to find Martinez to lay it in. I always wonder how it even starts and ends up being that form for that long when you're looking at someone's awkward release.
You'd be surprised. A lot of nice drop down here from Migo. You'd be surprised. A lot of these guys just love to hoop and just big time competitors. It starts with a nagging injury when you're younger and just continuing to play, right? And now you compensate and the injury heals that way, and that becomes your form, so it's harder to correct.
So Tough catch for Bolivar to catch. Stoll with a good hustle. Amigo. Did a little chin up on the rim. Maybe a stash up.
Stash up.
Mexico now starting to impose their will here in the first quarter. 6 fast break points. Bina. That pass fired off the cheek of Amigo, goes out of bounds. There'll be 4 to shoot for Venezuela when they inbound this ball. And Amigo will sit. Gutierrez will replace him. Nice look there by Stoll, and then the stash up on the rim.
Got himself a quick workout while he was there.
Nice pass, Bolivar. Missed the layup. Gutierrez, who's into the game, gets his first touch, and it's a rebound. That pass a little too far ahead for Jaimez. It was the right decision by Stoll, but it put a little too much juice on it.
Definitely the right intention, and Stoll knows. He's telling Jaimez right now, that's me, that's my bad. But just speaking to Stoll earlier, I was laughing at him and I asked him, how many more years you got playing at this level, right? And he said, man, I'm crazy. I just love to compete. My body feels great. And his dad instilled that in him. Like, he's always been one of the guys that is in the gym and just wants to work. He doesn't have any vices, not a guy that drinks, not a partier. He just said, hey, I can do this as long as ever. As long as I can, I will.
Quick hands by Stoll. Behind the back to Gutierrez. And he drops home the hammer. Stoll now with 5 dimes here in the first quarter. Shot clock, game clock, almost identical. Urbina attacking, nice feed. Oh, Lopez almost had himself a screensaver. Ball goes out of bounds. 5 seconds to play here in the period. Take a quick look at Stoll. Whoop.
He drops it off with his left hand at that. Like, that's difficult. He makes it look easy, and sometimes we take that for, we look past it, but for granted rather. But that's, you know, a tough pass on the fly, full speed, left hand dropping it off. That's a lot of skill.
What a great way to end the first period. 10-point lead for Mexico after 1. Here are the stats from the first 10 minutes of play, rather. Both teams shooting the ball well from 3-point range and the floor, for that matter. See a lot of highlights in that first quarter, and here they are. Some great sights and sounds from the first period of action. If you want to catch extended highlights, streams, and so much more, all you got to do is scan that QR code right on your screen right now. Courtside 1891, the app for streams, schedules, scores from the AmeriCup, FIBA Eurobasket, FIBA Women's World Cup that's coming up in a couple of weeks, the World Cup Men's Windows that's coming up in November, and so much more. Just absolutely need the app. keep in touch with everything happening around the world in the global game. Well, Paul Stoll has been fantastic in this game so far. The first 10 minutes of play, he played every second of that first quarter, has 3 points, 5 assists. And his team leads by 10 as they start second period with the ball and possession.
You gotta imagine that his teammates really love and enjoy playing with him, right? Because he just enjoys getting them involved and just always looking. You can see here, Gutierrez. He just picks apart the defense. He gets everybody involved. Everybody gets touches. And now when you get back on the defensive end, he can hold everybody accountable, right? He can set an expectation and demand of them because he's going to take care of them on the offensive side.
It's a good pure shot there by Martinez. Still hasn't wasted any time to keep this pace up. He wants to keep the team playing fluid. That's a great pass. Gutierrez plus the foul. The original pass by Stoll, I mean, he could have gave it to Gutierrez on the roll, but decided to create the angle for Jaimes.
The hockey assist, right? Could have forced it, but gets it to the corner, and then that drop down, just giving Gutierrez more time to roll, a cleaner roll, and more time in the basket. Right, great read here. Corner, or right, play right before, drops it down, and smart, right? Because he knows the play right before that he made the direct assist. Now everybody's playing for that. He gets it to the corner, and he gets it inside.
He has 6 assists plus 1 hockey assist, according to Javon. His stats and information. Just came up with the steal there. And Cifuentes was able to somehow keep possession. Veteran was shooting the ball well in the first quarter. That continues here in the second. Stoll quickly up front court. Jaimes. He's not allowing Venezuela to catch their breath at all.
Stoll gets up the court so fast that you realize Jaimes here with a jump shot. Again, picking the defense apart. Another hockey assist. But gets up the court so fast that you actually get 3 looks at the basket, and you get to decide, which one is the better one.
It's tiring to play at this pace, especially in a gym that is this humid at times. Bonilla rejects him. And look at Bonilla now handling the rock. The flyby, the 3. Can't get it to go.
That's disrespectful. You slow step it, shot flake in transition, and then take your time taking the 3. You didn't respect your opponent.
Cifuentes can't hit as Bonilla picks it up. Stoll weaving through traffic. Pass a little too hot for Jaimes to handle, but Giron was right there to gather it up. Giron hesitating, spinning in the lane, falling away. He traveled though. Tried to create some space and decided to take a little pretty pat step. Can't do that. When you have a team playing at the pace that Mexico is playing with so far in this game, how tough it is as an opponent, as we see Bonilla say no, to really keep up with them.
It's tough if you get into that running match with them. I think the focus has to be right on.
Veteran is on fire.
Putting on a shooting clinic. The focus has got to be defensive transition, right, and balance on the court. So when shots go up, somebody's got to be back in defensive positioning. And guys got to race back, not to allow and get below, the free throw line, not to allow anybody to get to easy attacks to the basket and just get any easy looks or open runs.
Veteran leaves the game with 14 points, and this last 3 is cold. Defense all over him, didn't matter. Cifuentes. That's a tough move. The foul is going to be on Andriassi. Checked into the game finally for Stoll to give him a breather.
Fontes here attacking and not really much space. Great defense. They're draws the foul, but help side in good positioning there. Draws it, kind of just bailed him out, breaking the lane there and getting a hand up. Stay on that hip, trust that defense. The spacing was poor by Venezuela there. Cifuentes making something out of nothing.
Kick ball there, Cifuentes trying to stop the pass with his back heel. See a look at Andriassi. You're kind of in a tough position when the player you sub in for has been playing as well as Stoll is, and try to keep up that level of play. It's almost like Andriassi has to come out here and give you a behind-the-back pass to let you know that he has two in his bag as Jaime's misses a three.
Somebody plays that well, you know, you're checking in for them. You virtually can't make a mistake because then everybody's looking at you like, what are you doing?
That was a great roll to the rim there by Acanio, and don't look now. Venezuela saying, we're still here and in this game. 36-31, Acanio with 7. Timeout on the floor. You're watching the FIBA Basketball AmeriCup from Brazil.
Que nos estamos quedando hundidos aquí. Estamos... No, ya había 2 pases. Y te quedas aquí. Y ni defendemos al guardia ni al grande. Hey, salimos a madre. Daniel está listo ya también. Hey, cánsate. ¿Qué quieres? Salida de presión.
Courtside 1891. Scan that QR code. Get streams, schedules, scores, and extended highlights. Highlights that you can enjoy, just like the ones we are about to show you. Mexico's leaders in the game, Jaime's 9 points, Ron with 4. And Mr. Stoll has been spoon-feeding everyone with 6 assists. Javon playing really well in that first quarter, has carried over to the second quarter here.
Came out and stole the show, right? Again, just the way he's reading the game. He moves so fast. The impressive thing is he moves so fast. He moves at a fast pace, quick, speedy, but it's almost like the game slows down in his head, the way he reads it, how he sees the game, because he's seeing it develop, he's seeing plays develop, you know, 2 steps ahead, and that allows him to pick it apart. That's where you see the 6 assists this afternoon here.
Venezuela in his zone here for the first time this afternoon. Bonilla floater, in and out. Glenn Mayo pushed the other way. Cifuentes uses the Acanio screen. Tano to the corner, Cifuentes slithering along the baseline, ran out of real estate and was poked away by Gutierrez. Andriassi now, the rhythm dribble after taking the bump. Almost had Cifuentes going the wrong way on that crossover. Bonilla. Miron. Step back. Miron. Step back triple. Too strong. And they're going to call a foul on Gutierrez on the push-off. Coach Quintero realizing that his offense not as fluid as it once was with Amigo and Stoll on the bench, so he says, you know what? Let's put a stop to this. Let's get them both back onto the floor. Feeling that Venezuela getting some momentum here as they are able to chip away at the lead that was once as large as 10. Metarhan has been on fire. Bonilla realizing that basically in his jersey. This is Cifuentes. Acanio wide open for 3. Can't get it to go. What a rebound that was by Jaime's. Stoll walks into a triple. Can't hit. Acanio. Luis Cifuentes. Wanting Acanio to set a harder screen than that, and then says, you know what, get out of the way if you're not going to help. Martinez on the hard dribble. Martinez, oversized, can't get it to go. It'll stay here with 2 to shoot. Oh, they might reset the clock. They do. Saying Mexico had possession. So fresh 14 for Venezuela. Fuenmayor. It's a tough look. Got it to fall, though. Trotted back like it was supposed to happen that way. 3-point game.
I do this. This is what it's about.
Amigo bumping and feeling. Hasn't been able to find the touch in close with either hand. Acanio. Meteran for 3. He's human.
He's so hot right now, even his misses look good.
Got good rotation on that last shot. It'll be Jaime's on the block. Cifonte's on his back. Jaime's with the highlighter shoes is fouled by Cifonte. It's just so hard. It's something about basketball players, right? It's just so hard not to reach down and strip the ball when it's right in front of your face. And Jaime's did a good job of resenting it. That last Fuenmayor play took the contact and still able to knock down the jumper. Don't often see him look for his offense, but be a welcome addition with top scorer in this tournament, Wendy Graterol, for Venezuela on the bench, still with 2 fouls. But since he's exited the game, the offense has looked much smoother. And Venezuela's been able to stay in this game, allowing Graterol to be protected a little bit with those 2 fouls. Cifonte, 3:20 to play here in the first half. Cifonte uses the screen. Now needs help. Finds Acanio inside. Got it up on the glass, but it did not touch the rim, so the correct call by the officials here will go the other way. Mexico basketball. Iran will sit. Diallo will check into the game for Mexico number 24 in white. And that brings Wendy Graterol back with his 2 fouls and 3:05 to play here. Turnovers were a problem in the first quarter for Venezuela. They've kind of addressed it a little bit here in the second. It's still 8 overall. Amigo wants it. Bonilla says, I'm taking it myself. Finds Jaime's underneath.
Jaime's just in that, Bonilla, good penetration. Jaime's just in that dunker spot there. Gets a good catch. One dribble there and just seals himself, secures himself, and puts the defense on his backside.
Meteran turns down the 3. Tried to bounce pass it inside to Graterol, and it goes off of him and out of bounds. That was one where you would like to see Meteran remain aggressive coming off that curl. He had potentially the ability to walk into a mid-range shot, but he was big man's back on the floor and wanted to get him going. Still a little upset that Amigo did not roll hard there. Now the offense is kind of stagnant for Mexico as Amigo has it. They look to make something out of nothing. Over Graterol, can't get it to go. And Cifonte will push the other way. Hard dribble, handoff, Meteran, tough layup, tapped in by Fuenmayor.
Great follow, right? And you know, Amigo was there talking to the ref, already still worried about the foul on the other end. And Venezuela was out running, right? 3 guys, 3 blue shirts under the basket, trailing the play. You come up with something good.
Diallo right to the 10. Ooh, took a tough spill. He actually hit his head on the deck, and he is down in a heap. See him trying to shake it off. Never want to see contact to the head area. Here it is. Real speed. Just out of camera. Ooh. He's up now, shaking it off, and he's at the line. It's a great sign that he's A-OK. First free throw, no good. Has not played at all in this tournament. These are his first minutes here. Game number 3 for Mexico, as you see the ice pack on Iran's left arm. Almost looking like a baseball pitcher there. He's taking a lot of jump shots. I don't know if he's taking that many jump shots to have the ice pack on the arms, but I'm not playing the games. I'm over here calling them.
Listen, he's smart. They're icing down early. I'd ice some more. Maybe I wouldn't feel as bad as I do now.
Mayall, another tough pass as they try to continue to force feed it inside to Craterol. He was not ready for that one. And another turnover for Venezuela. The offense was much more fluid when Craterol was on the bench. And now it feels like since their go-to guys here, they got to look for him.
That's the tough part there. Right now you start forcing the issue, and all focus is going back onto your future player instead of just reading the game and just allowing it to flow and come to you.
Amigo, the floater in the lane, can't get it to go, falls to the floor. Cazorla had to avoid him. There's Sifonte. Fuenmayol, now they get it to Craterol, and he was ready for that one. Banging with Jaimes. Craterol over 2 defenders. Can't get it to go, attacks his own miss, and he touched it last.
That help is coming off of Bonilla's. Bonilla's the one helping down low, and his opponent there on the offensive side has to make himself a bit more present to give an outlet.
Stoll trying to hide behind the Amigo screen. No look past the Jaimes, who drills the 3.
He loves a no-look. He loves that.
Even when it's not necessary.
But it gives a nice little touch, a nice little flair.
Style points indeed. Fuenmayol at the buzzer. Can't get it to go, and that's how we will end the first 20 minutes of play here in Brazil. Well, Mexico got out to a 10-point lead. Venezuela fought back, and the score is 42-35 at the half. Mexico in front. Here are the stats from the first half of play. Saw Venezuela shoot the ball well from 3-point range. They're at 43%. Mexico at 50% from 3. They've been picking and choosing their spots a little bit better in terms of shot selection. You see the assists. Both teams moving the ball really well. Of course, 14 assists. A lot of those were from Stoll, as he has 7 of them. Jaimes leads the way for Mexico. Materan leads the way for Venezuela. Both of them 14 apiece. The best plays from the first half coming your way. And we'll be back for second half action as Mexico leads over Venezuela 42-35 here at the AmeriCup. Garza, who will pound it home. Leads to a timeout as this crowd wanting to energize the underdogs. Batista met by Aska on the hedge. Rodriguez behind the back to Rojas. Showing out here in Brazil.
Again, Rojas catching the defense by surprise there. Corbett
uses the Romero fake. Oh, what a rejection by Galisi. Value way in the front court. La Privo. Vitola for three. Frustration slam. 9 points for him. Capasso. Delia inside, blocked by Condon. Reyes in the open floor with the crush. 4-0 start for Puerto Rico. Took a brief rest, gave it away. Jaime's on the runway. Pounds it home. Jules was not ready for that pass. Batista. Rodriguez behind the back. Batista with a gorgeous look, and Rodriguez finishes off the highlight.
Batista knew it. Ivan Aska was running down like a freight train.
To the bucket, but he's rejected by Amigo. Keep block for Amigo. Another gorgeous time by Capasso finding Deck. Deck, he knows. So again, driving. Stolen there by Thompson. Thompson in the open floor, goes behind his back. Thompson right to the rim! Well, that's why you put him in the game, create some havoc. It leads to a timeout. And Thompson get to his bag. A highlight reel finish. Draft. Welcome back to Brazil, and a reminder, you can scan the QR code right now on your screen for the app. That'll get you access to everything AmeriCup. It's courtside 1891, stream schedule scores, extended highlights, and so much more. Download the app today. Mexico lead 42-35 on Venezuela. Let's listen into the Mexico huddle before we start the second half.
Checamos aquí. ¿Qué? Cabrones, todos están en la defensa. Hay que seguir. Fuerza de Vene, los dos. Vamos. Vamos. Defensa.
So the first half was a tale of two stories for Mexico as Paul Stoll really led the charge for them. Able to find open players. He had 7 assists in that first half. Not just the assists, but the way he had his foot on the gas pedal while he was on the court. Mexico will play with the pace. When he left the game, things bogged down offensively for Mexico. And it turned the tide in favor of Venezuela, who actually played much better with their best player on the bench. It was the reverse factor of that.
They actually just allowed the ball to flow, right, and played off of each other. Just Venezuela. But in the second half here, they're gonna have to do a much better job of controlling or keeping the basketball. 10 turnovers in that first half, they were just too much.
Raterol finds the cutting Metaran, who had a terrific first half. He now has 16 points. A game high. There's the 5 on the floor for Mexico. Bonilla, Jaimes, Stoll, Giron, and Amigo. It's the same starting 5 they started the game with. Carzola, Canio, Raterol, Veteran, and Sifonte, the 5 on the floor for Venezuela. Sifonte, Veteran, good ball movement, finds Raterol. Just hasn't had the touch today. Giron, Bonilla attacking. Stoll for 3. In and out. Good to see Fonte. Did a good job of keeping his dribble alive. Finds Graterol rolling. He's hammered. He'll go to the line.
See, he had to drop down and Graterol just rolling to the basket. Like you mentioned, hasn't had that touch, but he hasn't let up. You know, still getting himself in position, still attacking. Getting this free throw to drop here. But you like that, especially your lead player, right? Like never, your confidence can't waver because everybody picks up off that. And just the fact that he's constantly still in attack mode, you know, just gives your team a motor.
Raterol averaging 13 points, 13 boards here in this tournament, shooting 50% from the line, but stroked both of them there. 35 years of age, by the way, he's going to turn 36 on the 10th of September, so 5 days away from the big 3-6. Still on the floor, playing for his country. Amigo, that shot was way off. Canio right down the floor, and he was fouled. Didn't even look like he was trying to attempt the shot, more so baiting Stoll into the foul. You could read Stoll's lips there. How was that a foul? I was backing up.
He forgot the part there where he reached in. Backing up, but forgot to mention that conveniently.
There's too many cameras here, Mr. Stoll. You can't get away with it. And we're adding more for the knockout stage as well, as there is a big crane can that is high above the rim. be able to bring you even more looks and replays and sights and sounds from around the arena here at the AmeriCup. I know that doesn't excite a lot of people, but me as a media junkie, I get a little excited about things like this. More cameras, give it to me. Good defense there by Carzola. He gets a turnover. And the way that Venezuela has started this quarter, it feels like they are the more, I don't want to say desperate, but just more urgency out of the break. A 5-0 run and looking to add to it. Jaime's did a good job of hedging there. Cifonte looking to rock into a jump shot. Carzola, floater. That's an offensive foul. Giron waited, was there all day, and took it right on the numbers. No debate from you?
Right on it. Right outside there, timed him.
Just trying to get you in trouble with the officials back at the hotel.
No, sir. No, sir. Won't happen. Won't happen.
So Mexico gets the stop that they want. Giron way off on the 3. Puts his hands up, says, that's my fault. Chance for Venezuela to take the lead with 3 here. Carzola gets fouled, trying to turn the corner. Jaime's picked it up. Coach Quintado trying to keep the energy up for his team. And we'll switch the ball out as that one might be getting a little bit too slick for the players to handle. Let's see if there's any difference here with this one. Carzola, look away pass to the corner. Acanio back to Cifontes. Got that rolling. That's nice.
There it is, right? Here's the touch you want. Great drop down roll, and just puts a little more air under it this time, and a nice finish.
They've made points. Now on the perimeter guarding Amigo, and they're going to call the foul on Cantero, and he looks over and can't believe it. That is his 3rd personal foul. He sat for an extended period of time in that first half with 2 fouls. This is not the foul you want this far away from the basket when you know Amigo's not really a 3-point threat. It'll be Stoll. To inside to Amigo, adjusting on the layup.
But this time, right, missed a couple chippies early. This time gathered himself and just attacked at the basket. Wasn't fading away, wasn't leaning away, but just got it and dropped it in over the rim.
Veteran comes off the curl and attacks hard. Kicks. Acanio for 3. Indeed. Venezuela coming all the way back to take a 1-point lead. They were down by as many as 12. As you see the Stoll dish to Amigo, and on the other end, Acanio says, give me the lead. Timeout on the floor, 6:19 to play here in the 3rd period. Venezuela leads 45-44.
No strong side help. No ayudamos de lado fuerte la bola, ¿ok? Vamos USA. Graterol tiene 3. El enano tiene 3 también. Daniel. Lo sacas, Gabriel. Fabián. Si no, ahí está. ¡Hey! Mari Lewis. Ahí vas a ganar. 10-2 el rol. ¡Hey! Oh, ¡hey! Play to win. Vamos a disfrutarlo. Vamos a ganar, cabrones. Defensa, dale, vamos. Dale. 1, 2, 3.
This is an important timeout here for Mexico, because coming out of it, you heard a simple message: play to win. The reason Coach Quintado screaming that in the huddle, Mexico does have first place pretty much secure here in this group after defeating Team USA, their historic win on opening day, and took care of business in their 2nd game and trying to make it 3-0, but they just haven't had the same sense of urgency coming out of the halftime break. Venezuela has, who is fighting for their lives to stay in this tournament. It is a 10-2 run for Venezuela coming out of the timeout. Stoll trying to put an end to it. And Veteran skies for the board. Sifonte. Carzola. Inside, got out their hook. Sifonte for three, indeed.
They're making shots, right? That's the difference, right? That also forces, puts points on the board. But you come down, it forces the defense to play honest.
Shot making is one thing, but you're seeing the assertiveness on the offensive end as well. They're taking the shots that they were passing up in that first quarter. Amigo can't get it to go. He's had a tough shooting night. He is now 4 of 12 from the field.
And I think with that, to your point, they're taking the shots they want. They're taking and getting the shots they want, not what the defense is giving them. Right? So that's important because then you're in the driver's seat on offense.
That is the 4th team foul for Mexico in this current quarter. That's the reverse of what we saw in the first quarter for Venezuela when Mexico was rolling. To see Sifonte, it's a pretty look. Coach Duro saying that's what I've been wanting to see all tournament long. It's really the best stretch of basketball Venezuela has played here in Brazil in this third period. Oliva sets the hard screen for Sifonte. Good kick to the corner. 3 on the way. No good. And Amigo with a good block out there. Pulls the rebound down. Stoll calling the horn set. Bonilla sealing his man. Count it. And the foul.
That's just great recognition by both players. When Stoll has the ball, he makes the eye contact with Bonilla, knows he has a mismatch there, headmans the ball. You see here, over the defense, gathers himself. Nice finish. Knows it. Gave it to MJ fist mark.
That's really a tough finish because he did a good job of keeping his pivot down, using the power dribble, taking contact. To your point, gathering himself and powering up. Puts an end to what was a 13-4 run for Venezuela in this quarter. Bolivar. Inside, Bolivar got it to go. Once again, that ball just popping right off the hands of the jerseys in blue. Diallo, step back 3, left it short. Veteran chases down the rebound. Zola wants to play with a little bit more pace. Veteran sets the puppies, feeds to Bolivar. Zola, just to shoot now. Want to rush this. Sifonte has great ball movement. Venezuela showing that they can play some basketball. Offense, fluid. Jump shot, pure. They're rolling here in Brazil.
Échale, güey. Vamos, Fabián. Cambio. Dale, Irwin. Here we go. Vamos, güey. Okay. Hey, vamos a jugar 2-3, güey. Tú y Omar. Irwin, Gael, Daniel. Sí, una vez, vamos a probar. Que penetren, le salimos. Ok, y el que esté con Materano un poco más cerca. Hey, allá jugamos una L para Paul. La pasa, sácalo Irwin. Daniel, en dos jugamos, ¿ok? Vamos,
sometimes in sports, the hardest games to win are the ones that you are technically, quote unquote, supposed to win coming in. Mexico 2-0 in the group. They know they're moving on to the knockout stage. They have Venezuela here, who themselves are 1-0 in the group and want to prove that they can move on and make things happen.
I think, you know, the big thing was the sentiments Coach Cotero shared it previously is play to win, right? And you kind of get the sense that Mexico's out here right now playing not to lose, right? They're a little apprehensive, a little tentative. Not the same team that we've seen the last 2 games, right? They don't really have that pop. It could be, you know, from Amigo being the future guy, just missing a couple chippies and not having a big game himself, but it's just, you know, a stark contrast from what we've seen previously in terms of their pop, the confidence, the body language. And now you can see the confidence of Venezuela, even defensively, right? They're more aggressive, trusting themselves, not worried about foul calls, just getting out there and sticking to the assignment.
This is where Mexico's going to have to remain mentally tough. That was a frustration shot by Stoll. He wanted the foul call of the previous play, and it came off the screen, and he was going to shoot no matter what. See the faces on the bench there, a little bit despondent, not really engaged in the game as well. Meanwhile, you look on the other end. It's bright-eyed, everybody engaged. Venezuela trying to grow this lead here in the third. Acanio. Cifonte turns a corner. That's a great pass to Carzola. In and out. Look at Acanio skying for the board. It's going to stay here. That's just hustle by Acanio.
And it goes to show you how, you know, shooting is contagious, right? Now the ball is popping, now the ball is moving, and everybody, it just seems like any shot that goes up is a good shot. But why? Just, you believe it, right? Once you believe it, that's half the battle right there. You know, technique is one thing, but guys that get up into their shot and feel that's going down, they give themselves a pretty big chance of making it.
Canio's fouled by Amigo, and guess what? That's going to put him at the line. Amigo with the reaching. And again, one of those frustration plays.
That's you know, you're getting a frustration foul from C1 from Stoll earlier, and Amigo here. Those are your two leaders, your two, you know, head guys. So they have to keep their heads on their shoulders and be a bit more composed.
So Group C really shapes up a little bit weird in the fact that we have a game that's still ongoing technically, as the U.S. and Panama was postponed. They'll play the second half of that game in a continuation where the U.S. is up big. And then we have U.S. and Venezuela that do have to play the final game. That will be on Tuesday. Knocked in by Acanio. So while Mexico came in here with all intentions of locking in the top spot in Group C, at the end of it, they might end up with the second seed if they end up losing this game, and Stoll throws it away.
Well, this would be good to learn about Mexico right now. Right? Who are you in adversity? Who has this team been? Who are they going to be? You know, they have to show a bit more character. Right? It was great, you know, great win against USA, great win against Panama. But now, you know, things are a little thicker, things are a little tougher. You know, digging deep, and who's going to step up for them?
Olival, the great up fake, kissed it off the glass and got it to go. Kick to the corner. Avalos, first time we see him this evening, and he bangs home a triple. Much needed basket there for Mexico. As poorly as they've played here in the third period, it's still only a 6-point spread. feels like Venezuela should be up by at least 10. Bolivar. Great pass, Carzola. The ball movement, impeccable, maybe too much so. Shot clock violation. Sometimes you get into those unselfish rhythms where maybe you just turn down the good shot for the great shot and end up running out of time.
There was no shot, right?
Turnovers, the only issue right now for Venezuela. They have 12. Diallo, count it! And the foul. Just like that, this could be a 3-point game with a made free throw. See the play here, Jamal.
Attacking and good job there, just seeing the defense, using the contact, finishing. And this is where, again, you're chipping away at it, right? This is where you're proving your character to yourself, your toughness, your grit.
Bolivar puts it on the deck, bang with Amigo, tried to scoop past it to Medellin. Now Mexico stringing together a couple of defensive stops. You ask who they are in adversity, they may have answered you in the last couple of possessions. Diallo looking to get into his bag. Mia finds Amigo. He hasn't had the touch. Let's see if he's able to get something here. Still struggling from the field. Avalos keeps possession alive for Mexico. Avalos, his energy, yes, he made the three, but his energy has changed things for Mexico on both ends of the floor. Fresh 14 as Fuenmayor will check in for Canio. Avalos kissed it.
Tough. Screener action, and on that backside they just had a slight advantage, caught it and got it up to the rim. No dribble, no hesitation.
Hit that hat for three. Red hot! Stay away from him. You might burn yourself. 19 and counting. 5 3-pointers in the game. It's Avalos with the response. Throws up an air ball. Zola, gotta find Medellin, don't you? Medellin runs into him, oh no. It's the deck. Don't want to see that. Ran into his own player. And immediately grabbed his midsection. Took the elbow right into his midsection. Prior play, here he is knocking on the triple.
How smooth was that, right? Catch that shot, fake jab, step, side step. You see it here, and
talking about playing Twister.
Right.
Still grimacing, but it seems like he's okay enough to get this game restarted. We'll wipe up the wet spot where he landed. Bolivar will leave the game. And Canio goes back in to replace him. As we take care of the court. 23.6 remaining here in the third. Going to be 15 to shoot for Venezuela. Cifonte will check back into the game as well. And he'll take Carzola. So it's the biggest lineup we've seen in a little while here for Venezuela. We talked about positionless basketball, a lot of wings on the floor.
A lot of wings, and you can imagine there's going to be a lot of switching on the defensive side.
thumbs up from the officials, and off we go here. The third. Fonte stares at the defense. Skip pass. Wenmayor fires it over to Martinez, who drills the triple. Great ball movement once again. 3 to shoot in the quarter. Diarra's 3, no good. And fist pumps all around for Venezuela. Through 3 quarters, they lead 62-55, flexing their muscle here in Brazil. Venezuela scorching hot from deep, 50% from three-point range, 11 threes. Sparked the comeback and it allowed them to take the lead. They won that third period, 27-13. Here are the best plays, sights and sounds from the game so far. Down, 10 more to go. Venezuela enjoying a 62-55 lead. Mind your scan the QR code on your screen right now. Courtside 1891. Your app for streams, schedules, scores, and so much more. Extended highlights from the FIBA AmeriCup here in Brazil. Eurobasket happening as well. FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup in about a week from now. Just over a week from now. Right now, you're watching Venezuela, who came off of a terrific third quarter performance. They won that quarter 27-13 and are enjoying a lead, putting Mexico's backs against the wall. We've already seen one comeback victory earlier today, Canada winning by 1 over Colombia. Rejection there by Acadio.
I think if you're coming out, if you're Mexico and you're coming out of that third quarter there, and you're like myself, you probably underestimated Venezuela's ability to shoot the basketball, right? You got to have a purpose now. Just run them off of that three-point line, not allowing anybody to get them open.
Acadio punches it home.
Or transition like that.
Fonte found him. Acadio still holding his wrist after the dunk.
See here, one dribble just takes off. Dunked it through, and you can see him holding the wrist after. He's not hurt. He's just showing everybody I got above you.
Good job of hedging there to stop. Stole from turning the corner. Offensive foul called as Giron was trying to fight through the screen, and Mexico are falling apart here. Already one foul apiece early in the fourth. Kanya, Wenmayor can't hit. Bonilla will take. Mexico dodging one there as they left an open shooter. Gutierrez goes to work. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. Gutierrez has been quiet in this game. He has 6 points, but you don't really feel like you remember them at all.
Quiet 6.
only the 1 rebound. He's been a -8 in his 7 minutes on the floor. He'll try to rectify that at the line.
It's been a tough matchup for him as well. Rafael has been on the bench. He's been playing some of the 5 and forcing him to work on the defensive side as well. In uncharted territory. He's playing more on that perimeter and slashing a bit more of the movement.
As you said, Rafael has been on the bench. He's now back in the game. Number 15 in blue. Sifonte. Rafael finds Sifonte again. He'll have to put it up. Tried the acrobatic layup, couldn't get it to go. Bonilla in the open floor. Iran back to Bonilla.
Great goal play, beautiful basketball there. Bonilla running, he's always trailing play, always ready, skying in. Good finish here, see him coming up early, gets it back. Nice and soft the glass. 64-58, your score. Mexico trying to find some momentum here in the 4th quarter.
Paciencia acá para salir del rol. Sacalo, 1. Después sí. Vemos dónde va el balón. Nos pasamos la pelota. Miren a Windy. Miren a Windy adentro.
No lo voy a llamar.
Mira.
No voy a llamar, no.
Directo.
Vamos a agarrar velocidad. No voy a llamarla, no voy a llamar.
Riaz, who will provide the secondary scoring with Guadalajara. It's been Veteran and Arcadio, 19 and 17 apiece. Venezuela shooting the ball well from deep, 48% from long range, and here is their work. Back to live action. Out of the timeout. See what Venezuela run here. Maybe Martinez. Oh, trying to fight for a position down low and got forced out by Gutierrez. It's great defense from Mexico. Martinez unable to hit. Bonilla crossing over, right to the basket. Gotta love what you've seen out of Bonilla the last 2 possessions offensively for Mexico.
Just savvy there too, right? Rejects the screen, gets baseline, the defense is high side. He knows playing that, use inside hand to finish, not allowing anybody to test him.
Foul's gonna be on Stoll. And tried to fight through a screen and went knee on knee with Arcadio. You see here. Are worried about that, especially around the knee area. It looks like Arcadio's okay. Carzola back into the game. He got hammered by Gutierrez. It's going to be a turnover, and we're going the other way.
You can tell Mexico knows there's that sense of urgency now, right? You know that, hey, you're not playing just to win. Like this last 7.5 minutes, this is for a top seed in your pool, right? So you got to pick up and play. You can see it here now, with a little bit more focus, a little bit more attention.
14 turnovers now for Venezuela in the game. Want to circle one area for improvement. That's the one. Bonilla, step back triple. Can't get it to go. And a good box out there by Arcadio, even though he didn't grab the board. Kind of cleared out, made sure that Martinez was the only man that could touch it. Zola too hard off the glass.
Great attack. It's a little too
Gutierrez running the floor well. Oh! Protego pins it off the glass. It's great hustle by Windy. Here he is on this side. Shows the up fake. Attacking. Got it to go. Wanted the foul call and just take the 2 instead. Acanio with a double mistake. Picks up the foul in the backcourt and said something to the official and gets teed up as we watch Calderon.
Rides that tight, a tight rope. A good finish, keeps his foot in bounds and focus to finish. Like you mentioned, this is Acanio compounding this mistake right now. Looking at the score. Put the team in line, getting back possession of the ball. You have to be smarter than that. Look at the stat, trying to score, opportunity. Now you're just gifting Mexico an opportunity to chip away at this thing and get the momentum back on their side.
Stoll calmly knocks down the free throw. It's a 5-point game turning play here. The final frame. Stoll. Jaimes. Miron for 3. Hand in his face. Didn't matter. 8 points and counting for Miron.
So right there, that mistake's a 4-point turnover, right? That's a 4-point.
Great defense there by Stoll, putting the clamps on Arzola. To your point, 4-point turnaround. Momentum shifting.
Energy shifts, momentum shifts. Just that one mistake. Now you have an opportunity to tie the game and or take the lead.
This venture dribbling.
I don't hand it the ball. I know that. Let me give it up. Whoever wants it, got it.
He was living the big man's dream for a second there. Quickly became a nightmare. Miron driving inside, using his body to create some space. Good hands there by Acanio, poking it away. He'll track down the loose ball. Arzola, Martinez, open for 3. Left it short. Bonilla looks up. He had a player open. Takes a body check in the backcourt. And another bad foul by Venezuela. It's even worse because that was something in the penalty. So now Mexico not only with a chance to tie, but they can tie on the line. The clock stopped.
As well as the Acanio is playing, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Montero right now. See a block right here. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Montero goes to his bench to get Acanio out of there just to settle him down for 30 seconds. Those are 2 huge mistakes that have now cost him 6 points and free throw line. Tying it up now. Luckily they got a break.
Just jinxed him by predicting that bucket. He has stuff in the stat sheet, however. 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. 35 minutes of play. So the free throw numbers flash across your screen just now. Fonte attacking Gutierrez. Acanio needs to put it up, gets it off in time. High off the glass, no good. Fresh 14 though, as Guerrero tapped it back. Martinez was able to corral. Arzola into Miron. No call, play on. Rebound by Mexico when they have a chance to take the lead with a bucket. Stoll finds Miron. Fonte right on him, and then he lost control of the ball. Arzola got away with the carry there. Fonte will.
You asked earlier, right? They did a ball change. You asked earlier, was it going to make a difference? That ball is wet and loose again.
Fonte was pointing to the referee saying, this ball is soaking wet. It's going to be one. Martinez says, don't worry about it. I'll dry it off through the rim.
He turned around and had something to say to the bench, too. A little smoke, never hurt nobody. You can see it. Nice to the rim, to the line, and good catch, good gather. Nice arc on the ball, great rotation. And I'm sure some great talk on the way back, too.
Those are the times I wish Mike could open them up. Break to Mexico battling back here in this fourth quarter. Bonilla attacking once again. Bonilla. Filthy. 15 points and counting for him. Back to a 2-point game. Martinez watched by Giron. So two shooters just carting each other. Zola to the corner. Good defense there. Still has it. Ame still down on the other end. And Carzola comes up with a pickpocket. Well, buckle up. We have a good 3:30 here remaining in the game. Martinez for three. Indeed. And the fist pump. He would have punched through the floor if he didn't stop short. Fired up.
He's a killer. And you know, he somehow finds ways to get open. But it's a pretty shot. Like, look at it, square, his balance, wide base, gets up into a shot. You know, hit the one in the corner, as we say the bench. Throughout this beginning, he was almost telling us already just gone in before he left his hands. The confidence he had taken it.
El tirador está poniendo el match pick y lo estamos dejando solo. Háblense ahí, güey. Llevan 2 Spain seguidos. Vamos. Amigo. Daniel. Let's go. Vamos 3 esta. Gael, Gabriel. Fabián, Daniel. La pasamos aquí. Regresa sin tú y Daniel. Y aquí, ¿ok?
Venga, no 3, no.
Vamos, cabrones, vamos a ganar.
¡Vamos! ¡Dale! ¡Todavía! 3! 1, 3.
Con simple. Ascaño, con simple. Ok, y atentos todos dos para ganar la puerta de atrás cuando tiene win.
Si jugamos al pick and roll, es fácil, es fácil.
From the field, there's 4 3-pointers in this game. And 2 big ones here in the fourth.
Drive, kick, square it up, nice follow through right through the rim there. Spontes kick out here again and just right into a shooting pocket. No hesitation and going up. You can see the emotion, you can see the fire. You're looking over at his bench, saying, listen, we're close, we got one.
And that one is 3 minutes and 25 seconds away potentially. You're able to hang on to this lead. Duro, the Argentinian, leading this Venezuelan squad. And they play and show with a lot of heart.
We go back to the game here, winning time, and obviously it's a couple chippies early and hasn't really had his imprint on the game like we know he's capable of. It's goal time now, right? Like, it's interesting to see how he's going to shake off the first, two and a half quarters of this game.
This happened yesterday in our game where we sprung a leak in the ceiling and led to a postponement of an entire half. It's raining once again in Recife, Brazil. This league does not appear as bad as yesterday's league. So the officials here give a thumbs up that they will play the game here with 3:22 remaining. See how Mexico come out of the timeout. To the lead, Rion for 3. That's a tough shot. Amigo, both sides wanting a whistle. One wanting a travel on Graterol. Graterol saying, he elbowed me on the top of the head. What's going on here? Referee say, play on. This is
those things.
Graterol stepping out, thanking the high heavens after knocking down that long two. Give him 12. Gonna be stole. Graterol with the good hands and the strip. Sifonte. Venezuela want to use some clock here. It'll be Craterol for three. How about it? Windy from deep. 10-point lead.
Venezuela trying to lay it on thick now.
Stole. Craterol pokes it away, but then finds Jaimes, who finds Amigo for two. 2 minutes of play in the game. 8-point lead, Venezuela. Pull off the comeback victory. Maybe Carzola, who got body checked by Amigo, and Amigo very close to picking up a technical foul. There it is. So Amigo didn't get the technical foul. The technical foul comes later on after Amigo walked away. Probably should have got it originally, punching the ball away. Here it is. It's Craterol's last three. So Amigo slow to arrive. He had no interest in coming out.
And he dared him, right? He dared, gave him the space and pretty much told him do it. And he did. He did.
Technical free throw taken by Carzola and knocked in. Venezuela with the basketball after the technical foul. Important possession for Mexico. They need a stop. As Bonilla on the closeout, trying to stop Craterol. Amigo comes with the strip. Iran. Stole. Up fake. Driving. Hands off to Amigo. He struggled with his shot tonight, Amigo. He's now 6 of 15, giving 14 points. Venezuela would be good use of clock here. That's what they intend to do, intend to shoot. Cifonte might be going a little too early and lost possession again. Stole in the open floor. For three! Can't get it to go. Craterol with the rebound. And then gives it away. Stole gets it back. Iran for three. Air ball, he's been way off tonight. Gabriel Iran was on fire in the first 2 games. He's now 3 of 9 from the floor. And Coach Duro is fired up as he calls a timeout.
Nice to share. I questioned, why the first 3 are looking still. Clock at that point. You don't get to it yourself. Chip away and trust your defense to one more play, one more stop.
No perdes, sí, parate y mira un poco, ve cómo está el juego. Ahora. Escuchá. Otro sí. Te vas a 3. Vos de Flegue, viene acá. Y de acá viene Windy al pick and roll. Windy, short roll. A los que están acá, aparezcan.
Escucha, no van a continuar. Se queda con la pelota. Se voy a sacar a Jaro. Windy, show corto, y el otro lado corta.
For Mexico. Kind of took their foot off the gas pedal in that second quarter, allowed Venezuela to get back into the game, and then the third quarter was just a wave of 3-pointers and great defense. Venezuela now 52.9 seconds away from going 2-0 here in Brazil in the AmeriCup. It'll be Craterol in the backcourt. Bring it up the court gingerly. And another turnover. Bonilla stole for 3. Missed it badly. And Craterol picks it up. Mexico has had opportunities here the last couple seconds to try and knock down a triple. And now Venezuela will use some clock. No foul coming from Mexico. Bucket here will seal it. Carzola can't get it to go. Amigo pushing now. He's fouled by Sifonte. 15.7 seconds remaining in the game. That foul will put Amigo to the line.
And again, that's Zola took an early advised shot. You can see everybody looking around for what at that point. You run the clock down. Run the clock down and great control at that point, get a good shot. And you talk about, you mentioned it earlier, points early, points after, right? So now you around that, and, you know, obviously you have a chance of coming off the victory this game, but early shot, and then a foul that's now put in Mexico free throw line. The ball in this place, these matter, right? And its impact, standings. Just got to be smarter and learn from this, right? Hopefully, stand and come out with the victory, but at the same time, especially these crunch minutes right here, there's definitely going to be something to go back and take away from this and looking forward.
Amigo misses the first free throw. You mentioned how important opponents' points are. Two top teams that finish in third in their respective groups will end up in the knockout rounds, and it's likely that that third place team comes from here, right? Like there's a chance that that is either Mexico or the United States. Now with Venezuela winning this one, they have a chance to go 3-0. Cleaning up a couple wet spots with 15 seconds remaining. Amigo's second shot falls through the hoop. Those supporters still believe. Got to get the ball inbound. Hasn't been easy for Venezuela. There's the foul call on Amigo. And we'll walk to the other end, and Matarol will shoot free throws. Players on the floor are definitely feeling the heat in this gym. Every time out, you see not only the floor being wiped, but foreheads being wiped. Guys running to the bench for towels. Matarol, who had the two early fouls, had to sit and watch his team dig back into this game without him, and came back and met the level of play that they were at. He has 16 and 6, 2 dimes as well. 5 days away from his 36th birthday. 8-point game. Ural driving. Jaimes lays it in. 5 to play. Matarol. No foul coming from Mexico. Well, Venezuela is Venezuela. 80-74 win over Mexico in the AmeriCup. Coach Duro has to be proud of the way this team battled back through adversity, took punches, and fired them on their own. And in the end, they delivered the knockout blow to go 2-0 in the group play here at the AmeriCup. And a chance to lock in the #1 seed shot the ball really well from group on lane, rebounded. Anything you can nitpick is that they take care of the basketball. They'll have to clean that up. 19 turnovers for Venezuela. They walk away with the win. They got 19 points at game high. Canio and Arnaro with 17 apiece. The best plays of the game feature a lot of this man and great ball movement throughout. They're watching Venezuela now for 2 games, Javon. What's the one takeaway?
I think they have a balanced attack, right? And they have a number of guys that step up and down. I think we learned today the ability to shoot the ball. And it's not just 1 or 2 players, 4 or 5 of them that step out. And I thought Canio really played well. He gave them another dimension because he was strong enough to play in the post, or defending the post, but was able to stretch the bigs of Mexico out, roam the floor a bit. Here you see him stepping out and hitting the shot, especially when there wasn't another 5 on the floor, right? And this is activity, aside from the 2 mistakes, that the foul and the technical foul. Martinez, the fact that he stepped up, hit some shots, timely shots, and that. So just, showing a bit more depth, and they showed some composure on the stretch of the fight. I think that's been the impressive thing. To say, this team is exceptionally X's and O's or tactically, no, but there's definitely some fight in them. There's definitely some grit in them, and they understood their assignment. They understood their assignment. They came out and they accomplished it.
They deliver a big victory to move to 2-0 now in the group. Mexico is done with group play. They finished with 2-1, and will hope for Venezuela to beat the U.S., who still have half a game to play, and then they will play Venezuela to close out Group C rather, and there's 6 games. Well, an 80-74 win for Venezuela sends them to the top of Group C. We have 2 more games here on a Monday, as we will see Panama and the United States finish off their half of basketball. They still have left to play. And the nightcap, Brazil and Uruguay will close things out. So there's Group C confirmation of what I just said. 80-74, Mexico losing to Venezuela. Venezuela now 2-0 and have 1 more game to play against Team USA. We'll be back for that Panama-USA matchup. Thanks for joining us here. It's been the AmeriCup here from Brazil.